He did not feel like a failure. That was the problem. On a quiet morning, he sat alone in his room. The light from his phone lit his face. Outside, the world was moving fast, but inside his room, everything felt normal. Too normal. He believed he still had time. Time to improve. Time to learn. Time to fix things later. 20 to 6 was still next year. And next year always feels far away. He scrolled through his phone without thinking. Short videos, loud voices, fast success stories. Everyone looked busy. Everyone looked confident. Everyone looked like they had a plan. He did not, but he told himself a soft lie. I will figure it out. Then something strange happened. He saw a small post. It was not viral. It was not dramatic. Just one simple line. Most people will fail in 2026, not because they are lazy, but because they waited too long. He laughed quietly. People say this every year, he thought. Fear sells. But the words stayed in his head. All day, at night, when the room became silent, the words returned. Not loud, not angry, just calm and heavy. Waited too long. He looked at his life. Same routine, same work, same habits, same excuses. Nothing was falling apart yet, but nothing was moving forward either. And that scared him more. The world is changing. Quietly the next day, he noticed things he had ignored before. A shop near his house closed. A friend lost a job suddenly. Another friend started learning new skills late at night. Tired but focused. The world was not breaking loudly. It was changing silently. Technology was not coming. It was already here. New systems worked faster. Smarter tools replaced simple jobs. People who once felt safe started to feel unsure. But he still told himself, I am different. That was the second lie. Because most people who fail do not fail suddenly. They fail slowly. They wait. They delay. They stay comfortable until comfort becomes danger. The invisible line there is a line people do not see. On one side of the line, life feels stable. On the other side, life becomes heavy. The problem is, the line does not announce itself. No warning sound, no clear message. Just one day, things stopped working. He did not know it yet, but he was standing very close to that line. He was busy, but not effective. He was learning, but not applying. He was dreaming, but not building. And worst of all, he was distracted. His attention was everywhere, except where it mattered. The real reason people fail it is not because they are stupid. It is not because they lack talent. It is not because they had bad luck. Most people fail because they lose presence. They are never fully here, never fully focused, never fully committed. They wake up tired. They scroll before thinking. They react. Instead of choosing, days pass, weeks pass, years pass. And one day they ask, how did I end up here? He was heading toward that question. A small moment of truth one evening. He met an old friend. The friend looked calm. Not rich, not famous. Just calm. While talking, the friend did not check his phone. He listened. He asked clear questions. He spoke slowly. It felt strange, real after the meeting. He realized something painful. He could not remember the last time he gave someone full attention. Not his work, not his family, not even himself. He was always half present, half here, half gone. That night, he could not sleep. The fear of 2026, he imagined the future. Not a movie future, a real one. Bills increasing, skills becoming old, opportunities passing silently. He imagined waking up in 2026 with regret. Regret is heavy because it comes with one thought. I knew this would happen. And that thought destroys people. The hidden escape, but this story is not about fear. It is about choice. Because there is one thing that changes everything. Not motivation. Not hustle. Not luck, something simpler. Presence with purpose. People who survive 2026 are not the loudest. They are not the fastest. They are not everywhere. They are fully here, doing one meaningful thing, again and again. They do not panic. They do not chase every trend. They build depth while others build noise. And this man, he had a choice to keep scrolling, or to start paying attention, to wait, or to act now. The door appears in his mind. He saw door. No sign, no promise of success. Just one word written quietly. Presence. He stood there. If he opened it, life would become uncomfortable. He would have to slow down, focus, take responsibility. If he walked away, life would stay easy. For now, most people walk away. That is why most people fail. He reached for the door, his hand stopped, his heart raced, and the screen goes dark. He does not open the door yet, because before entering, he must understand one truth. Presence is not a feeling. It is a skill, and skills must be trained. In the next part, he will take his first step inside and realize why most people cannot stay present for even 5 minutes. He opened the door, not in real life, but inside his mind. Something shifted. The word presence stayed with him after that night. It followed him into the morning, into his work, into his silence. He tried to ignore it, but once you see a problem clearly, you cannot unsee it. The first experiment, he decided to test something simple. For 10 minutes, he would do only one thing. No phone, no background noise, no multitasking. Just 10 minutes. He sat on his chair and looked at his work. At first it felt easy. He smiled. I can do this. He thought. 30 seconds passed. Then the discomfort started. His hand moved toward the phone without permission. His mind jumped to old worries. A sudden thought appeared. This is boring. That surprised him. How could doing one simple thing feel so uncomfortable? He forced himself to continue. 1 minute felt like 5. 5 minutes felt like an hour. When the 10 minutes ended, he felt tired, not from work, from fighting himself. The shocking truth that was. The moment he understood something important, his problem was not lack of time. It was lack of control. His attention was broken, cut into pieces by notifications, habits, and noise. He had trained himself to escape discomfort, and now presence felt painful. That is why most people avoid it, why presence feels dangerous. Presence removes distraction, and distraction protects people from truth. When you are fully present, You notice things you do not like. You are not as focused as you thought. You avoid difficult tasks. You waste energy on small things, presence, forces, honesty, and unbar. And honesty is uncomfortable. That is why people stay busy. Busy feels productive. Busy feels safe. Presence feels exposing. A memory returns. He remembered his childhood when he could sit for hours doing one thing, drawing, playing, building something, small with full attention. No rush, no fear, no comparison. Somewhere along the way, he lost that ability, not because he grew up, but because the world trained him to be distracted. The cost of distraction looks harmless, but it steals quietly. It steals deep thinking, real learning, strong relationships, people who cannot stay present, cannot build value. They start many things. They finish very little. In 2026, that weakness will be expensive, because the world will reward depth, not noise. Meeting the mentor's subtle shift a few days later, he met someone unexpected. Not a guru, not a coach, just a normal person. But something felt different. While talking, this person listened fully. No rush, no interruptions. The conversation felt calm and strong. At the end, he asked a simple question. How do you stay so focused? The person smiled. I protect my attention like people protect their money. That sentence hit hard. The first rule of presence attention is currency. Where you place it decides your future. Most people give it away for free. 2 screens, 2 drama, 2 things that do not matter. Then they wonder why their life feels empty. The mentor explained something simple. You don't need more focus. You need fewer distractions. That changed everything. The presence rule, he learned his first rule. Do less, but do it fully. Not 10 goals. 1 goal, not 10 tabs. 1 task, not constant input. More silence. This was not motivation. This was discipline. The daily practice, he started small. Every day, 1 presence block. 20 minutes. No phone. No switching. No escape. At first it was painful. His mind fought back. Old habits screamed for attention. But slowly, something changed. The noise became quieter. His thoughts became clearer. Time slowed down. And for the first time in a long while, he felt in control. The unexpected result, something surprising happened. People noticed when he spoke. Others listened. When he worked, results improved. When he rested, it felt real. Presence made him rare. In a world of distraction, calm focus stands out. The danger of fake presence, but then he made a mistake. He tried to look present instead of being present, nodding without listening, smiling while thinking elsewhere. People felt it immediately. Trust dropped. He learned a hard lesson. Presence cannot be faked. It must be trained. The growing fear, one night, a new fear appeared. What if he learned presence too late? What if others were already ahead? What if 2026 arrived before he was ready? The mentor answered this fear simply. The best time to start was years ago. The second best time is now. The deeper truth, presence alone is powerful. but it is not enough. Presence without direction becomes empty. Focus without meaning becomes burnout. And this is where most people fail again. They learn how to focus, but they do not know why. The second door that night, he saw another door out next to presence. This one had a new word. Purpose. He realized something important. Presence is the weapon. Purpose is the target. Without purpose, presence has nowhere to go. He stood between the two doors. Now he understood why part one mattered, why part two was painful, and why the next step would be even harder. He was focused now, but focused on what? In the next part, he will discover why most people choose the wrong purpose, and how that mistake destroys. He thought clarity would feel good. It did not. Now that his mind was calmer, something uncomfortable appeared. A question he had avoided for years. Why am I doing any of this? Presence gave him focus. But focus without direction felt empty. Like walking fast in the wrong direction. The illusion of purpose at first. He did what most people do. He borrowed purpose. He looked at successful people online. He copied their goals. Money, freedom, status. These words sounded powerful, but they felt distant. When he tried to work for these goals, his energy dropped. Something was wrong. The hidden problem. The problem was simple. These goals were not his. They were borrowed dreams. Borrowed purpose feels heavy. Real purpose feels demanding. But alive. Most people never notice this difference. That is why they quit silently. A small story. He remembered a man he once knew. This man chased money for 10 years. Long hours. No breaks. One day, he reached his goal, and then he felt nothing. No joy, no peace, just emptiness. That memory scared him. He did not want to win the wrong life. Purpose is not what you want. This is where people get confused. Purpose is not about what you want. It is about what you are willing to struggle for. Every path has pain. The question is, which pain can you accept? The mentor returns. He went back to the same calm person. He asked directly, "How do I find real purpose?" The mentor answered slowly, "You don't find it, you choose it." That answer felt strange. But then the mentor explained, "The purpose tests thee." Mentor gave him 3 tests. Test 1. Can you do this even when no one claps? Test 2. Would you still do this if it took years? Test 3. Does this help someone else, not just you? If the answer was no, it was not purpose. It was ego. Facing the truth, he tested his current goals. Most failed. They looked good online, but they did not survive silence. This was painful. Letting go of fake. Purpose feels like losing identity, but holding it would cost his future. A quiet realization one evening. While walking alone, something became clear. He noticed when he felt most alive, not while scrolling, not while comparing, but when he helped someone understand something, when he simplified something confusing, when he listened deeply. That feeling was calm. Not loud, but strong. Purpose is small at first. Purpose does not arrive as a big dream. It starts as a small responsibility. Something you care about enough to show up daily. Most people miss it because it looks too simple. The dangerous shortcut then He almost made a big mistake. He tried to turn purpose into pressure. He thought, if this is my purpose, I must do it perfectly. That thinking killed his progress. Purpose is direction, not perfection. The purpose statement, the mentor, helped him create one simple sentence. Not fancy, not public, just honest. I help people see clearly when they feel lost. That was it. Not a business plan, not a brand, a direction. The shift with that sentence, his choices became easier. What to learn, who to help, what to ignore. Purpose simplified life. A new fear appeared. What if this purpose is too small? What if it does not make money? The mentor answered calmly, first build value. Money follows value. Most people reverse this order, and that is why they fail. The responsibility of purpose is heavy. It asks for consistency. It asks for patience. It asks you to say no to many things. That is why people avoid it. The second mistake people make. Many people choose purpose, then abandon it for comfort. When progress is slow, they switch. This constant switching destroys trust with others and with themselves. The line between hope and commitment, hope says, I will try. Commitment says, I will show up. 2026 will punish hope. It will reward commitment. The third door appears that night. The third door appeared in his mind, next to presence, next to purpose. This door had one word. System, he finally understood. Presence gives power, purpose gives direction, but without systems, everything collapses. Motivation fades. Emotion changes. Systems remain. He now knew what to focus on. But could he do it every day? Could he survive stress, failure, and boredom? In the next part, he will learn why discipline is not about willpower and how systems save people when motivation dies. He thought he was ready. He had presence. He had purpose. But life tested him, and it tested him fast. When motivation fades for the first few weeks, everything felt strong. He woke up early. He focused better. He helped people clearly. But then, real life arrived. Bad sleep, unexpected problems, low energy days. One morning, he woke up and felt nothing. No drive. No excitement, just HEAVINESS. That was the danger moment, because most people quit not when life is hard, but when they feel empty. The big lie about motivation. He believed a lie for years. If I feel motivated, I will work. But motivation is emotional. It comes and goes. 22:6 will not wait for emotions. People who depend on motivation will fall behind quietly. The collapse one day. He skipped his presence practice. Just today, he said. The next day, he skipped again. Within 1 week, old habits returned. Scrolling, delaying, escaping. He felt angry at himself. I know better, he thought. So why am I failing? The mentor's hard truth. He met the mentor again. He admitted everything. The mentor listened quietly and said one sentence. You built identity. not a system. That sentence hurt. What a system really is. A system is not discipline. A system is a structure that works even when you don't. It removes choice. It makes good behavior automatic. Successful people do not rely on willpower. They design their environment. The first system. The morning anchor. The mentor gave him his first system. Every morning, before phone, before noise, sit quietly for 3 minutes, write one clear intention, do one meaningful tasks, not 5 tasks. This was the anchor. Miss everything else, but never miss this. The resistance at first. He hated it. It felt boring. Too simple. His mind wanted complexity, but simplicity works. The second system. The distraction gate. Next system was protection. He removed notifications. He placed his phone in another room during work. This felt uncomfortable, but discomfort was the price of focus. The third system. The daily proof. Every night, he wrote one line. What did I show up for today? Not success. Not results. Our presence. This rebuilt trust with himself. The turning point. After 30 days, something changed. He was not perfect, but he was consistent. And consistency created confidence. Why? Systems beat talent. He realized something powerful. Talented people quit. Consistent people win. Systems allow average people to do extraordinary things. The hardest system. Saying no. The mentor warned him. You must protect your system from people too. He began saying no. No to distractions. No to fake urgency. This felt lonely, but clarity often does. The silent growth. No big success, yet no applause. But inside, strength was forming. This is the phase where most people quit, because growth is invisible before it becomes obvious. The test of failure. Then failure came. A project did not work. Someone criticized him. Old doubt returned, but this time, he did not collapse. He returned to his system. That was the victory. The real power of systems. Systems do not stop failure. They stop collapse. They help you recover faster. The final realization. He now understood. Presence gives clarity. Purpose gives meaning. Systems give survival. Without systems, 2026 will crush people slowly. The last door opens that night. All 3 doors opened. Presence, purpose, system. But behind them, one final path appeared. Action in the real world. Now, he had to face reality. Money, risk, exposure, the most dangerous part. He was prepared inside, but could he move outside? In the final part, he will face the real test, how to pivot, adapt, and survive 2026 without fear. He was ready inside, but the outside world does not care about readiness. It only cares about results. The moment of truth, the year changed. 2026 arrived quietly. No fireworks, no warning sound, just another morning. But something felt different. The world felt faster, more demanding, less patient. People who were confused before were now panicking. He could feel it everywhere, watching. Others fall. He saw it clearly now. People around him were tired. Some were angry. Some were scared. Some were pretending everything was fine. Jobs were disappearing. Old skills were losing value. Shortcuts were failing. People searched for luck. He relied on structure the first. Real tests, then it happened. Something he depended on stopped working. Income dropped. A plan failed. In the past, this would have broken him. But this time, he paused. He did not panic. He returned to presence. The pause that saved him, he sat quietly. He asked one simple question. What problem can I solve right now? Not tomorrow. Not next year. Right now. That question changed everything. The small pivot, he did not make a big move. No dramatic announcement. No risky jump. He made a small pivot. He took the skill he already had clarity and offered it in a simple way. He helped people organize ideas, make decisions, reduce confusion. Nothing fancy, but real. The 30-day rule, he gave himself one rule. Show up for 30 days. No quitting, no changing direction, just daily action. One conversation, one piece of value, one followed -up. Systems carried him. Slow results. The first week was silent. No praise. No money, old doubt whispered. This is not working. But he ignored emotion. He trusted the system. The first signal in the second week. Someone thanked him, not paid him. Just thanked him. That mattered because value always appears before money. The breakthrough in the third week. An opportunity came. Small, simple, but real. He accepted it. Calmly, no desperation. Confidence comes from preparation. Why he did not fail, he finally understood. Why others failed. They waited for certainty. Certainty never comes. They waited for motivation. Motivation fades. They waited for permission. Permission is never given. The formula that saved him, his survival, came from 3 things. Presence, he stayed calm and focused. Purpose, he knew who he wanted to help. System, he showed up daily, no matter how he felt. This was not magic, it was discipline. The new identity. He stopped asking, what will happen? He started asking, what can I control? Time, attention, effort. That was enough. The quiet win be the end of the year. He was not famous, but he was stable. He was useful. And in 2026, usefulness is power. Looking back, he remembered the version of himself from part 1. Scrolling, waiting, distracted. That version did not fail because he was weak. He failed because he was unaware. Awareness saved him. The message to the viewer: this story is not about him. It is about you. You still have time, but time is moving fast. 2026 does not reward potential. It rewards preparation. The final question, ask yourself one honest question. If nothing changes in your daily habits, where will you be in 1 year? That answer matters. The first step, simple action. Do not try to change your life. Just do this. 1 hour today, without distraction. 1 problem you can help solve. 1 system you can repeat tomorrow. That is how survival begins. The ending, truth, people. Do not fail in 2026 suddenly. They fail slowly, by delaying, by avoiding focus, by refusing responsibility. You do not need to be perfect. You need to be present, final. Sini wakes up, breathes deeply. No fear, just clarity. The future is uncertain, but he is ready. If this story felt personal, it was meant to, because the door is still open. The question is simple. Will you walk through it or keep scrolling?